Good Wednesday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Happy that you're with us. It is Wednesday. You've reached the middle of the week. We had a rapidly developing storm system yesterday afternoon. Really started in the morning, I would say, and didn't exit completely. We're going to have more opportunities for rain. What's the old expression? Be careful what you wish for. And in some cases, be careful what you pray for. Because a lot of folks were praying for some rain. Some of us got some good rain, maybe a half inch to a quarter inch, but the airport, only a trace fell yesterday. By the way, you can see the visibility has been reduced in some spots through the Smokies. Some gray areas we're highlighting there. 1 mile visibility in Wartburg in the heart of Morgan County. Good morning to you. And if you're in Crossville, if you're in Knoxville, it shows 10 miles. That's the max, so visibility may not be an issue for many, but we will see some rain showers developing, if not this morning, a better chance this afternoon. Notice the 5-degree difference. Cumberland County representing at 69 degrees while it's 74. Both Knoxville and Oak Ridge, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg Airport coming in at 70 degrees, so we have some variability. 70 degrees in Rockwood, Jacksboro, and Morristown this morning, and we have 73 degrees in Madisonville. I want to say good morning to you. I'm on both YouTube and Facebook this morning. If you have a comment, let me know. I'll do my best to magnify your voice. I could even put you on the screen. Wouldn't that be cool to see your name up on the live stream? It'd be fun to be able to show your name up there so we can note some of your weather observations. We have 68 degrees for a dew point in Jacksboro, 71 dew point in Knoxville, so it feels maybe a degree warmer. It will be another hot day, generally in the low 90s, upper 80s outside of Knoxville. In fact, I did make some modifications. Let me show you the radar and clouds put together. This is over the last 6 hours or so, and you can see where we've been. Most of the storms around Bowling Green are still up in the Commonwealth, but there have been a few pop-up showers and maybe even a few pockets of downpours trying to form across Middle Tennessee and now moving into parts of East Tennessee. But I did want to show you my modification. I had us at 95. Given the fact that showers won't be necessarily slow to arrive today, I lowered us to 93 in Knoxville, but still expecting mid-80s for Jamestown, 86 there, 09 to 88. Pick out your favorite town. May not get higher than 92 if you're in Hamlin County, Morristown, and back toward Talbot, Jefferson City there in Jefferson County. So keep in mind, it will be a hot day for sure, but it will require the need for an umbrella from time to time, so make sure you pack that especially. Here's the ultimate Doppler radar. In fact, let me go back. This shows you over the last say 8 hours. You can see what's developed around Fentress County. A couple of showers have rolled in. And as we rewind the tape, some thunder has come along with it. Sometimes it doesn't line up perfectly in terms of timing, but if you look along the plateau, right around 4 o'clock this morning, some flare-ups began to develop as we saw maybe some stars around midnight, but the clouds have rolled back in and they're producing a few extra showers, no doubt. Let me go ahead and jump back to the radar site, as it were. The ultimate Doppler radar showing, again, more pockets of rain here, I believe, here at 643. Just in Campbell County, let's put the lightning back in. Most of it, again, is well to the north, so maybe that's distracting. But we can see that it's raining around areas just between La Follette, maybe around Duff. McLeod Mountain might be getting a quick shower right now in parts of Campbell County. We've got some showers in Bell County just to the west of Middlesboro that's forming just to the, around Barberville now. And to the west of Pineville. We head back toward Knoxville. Not much to see here, but we have some short showers just between, say, Loudon and Von Orr, around Eve Mills. Madisonville getting some morning rain this morning, and also maybe a passing shower now to the east of Fairfield Glade. But again, some of these rain showers are just going to be like a slow development today. Maybe a spot of rain this morning. Better chance coming in as we head into a latter part of the afternoon. So let me put the sweeps back on there so we get more updates. And I'm going to check in with your comments. If you have a note, let me know. I do see Fred's on here. He's saying good morning. He's got 74 degrees. Thank you for that weather observation. Fred's got 74 degrees in Maryville, and he is commenting that it's rather warm and humid, I would say, for sure, especially this time of morning. Normal low this time of year is 69 degrees, so we're running about 5 degrees above that this morning. I got a note from Mary Morgan. She's saying, good morning, David and family. Glad to have Mary here. And I also want to point out we have also YouTube on here as well. Let me see if I can pull up my YouTube. Yeah, Steve Stone's here. Going to give a shout out to Steve. He's on my YouTube platform, and he's also saying good morning with his, I believe he's got the sunshine. He's hopeful that we'll get some hazy sun. I think we will for sure. Wanda Poe's on here. She's also pointing out that we have, she says, Weigel says the brownie batter, milk. I got to move and hope rain comes later. Yeah, it's delicious milk. We talked about that yesterday. It's delicious for sure, but very thankful for all of you. Let me get back to the maps. As you can see, we've got some showers already on the move today. Chance of rain, 80%. Clearly had much more rain yesterday than one might have hoped or thought for. But again, some of us were hoping for some rain. It came a lot sooner yesterday. It's like lighting a match and watching them flare up yesterday morning. By the way, Marcos.com, if you're hungry for some lunch today, may I suggest to you that no kid hungry. They're also corporate sponsors. Marcos gives a lot back to the community. They have locations in Hardin Valley, Farragut, Maryville, Fountain City, Halls, and Oak Ridge. They're also located in Middlebrook Pike and Ebenezer Road. You might consider a large pepperoni pizza. Their Magnifico is magnificent when it's less than $10. And the Pizzoli, which is a great lunch item, you might consider that. The pepperoni and sausage, may I recommend that. It's a delicious lunch if you're thinking about pizza or a Pizzoli later today. Notice most the heavier rains are showing up in those little burgundy boxes. Those are the flash flood warnings in parts of Kentucky. I see one here. This is Hopkins County till 7 a.m. today, Central Time. Got another one here in Cape Girardeau County in Missouri. There's more back across Arkansas. So it's a real mess, right? When it rains, it pours. It's not like we get maybe a drop of rain and that's it. The day today, 80% chance of rain. It's going to only fill back in, especially as we head into this afternoon and tonight. So tonight will be unsettled. If we look further north, not much to see across the Great Lakes. Certainly the plains, upper plains states are dry. More activity perhaps in the Gulf of Mexico. If you are headed to the beaches, they've got some heat concerns in orange across Carolina north and south in spots, and so some heat concerns in Louisiana, Mississippi. Now let's talk about the rainfall, because it's now 6:46. We got to talk about the rain that's going to be coming in. Now you could probably surmise, you could probably detect that the future rainfall data just keeps the rain coming. Now, we will get a pullback, I think, on Friday. Friday, I have a 30% chance, and most of that will be foothills and Smokies. But once we move into Saturday, once we move into Sunday, once we move into Monday, and so it goes, we've now moved into a whole new pattern where the future does not equal the present. If you have dry grass, you got crunchy grass. Somebody mentioned, I think Carrie mentioned crunchy yesterday. Notice how the rain just continues to fill in. You got 1.5, 2+ inches. Possibly right through the weekend and into early next week. So the potential is there, and when it's this humid for right now, when it rains, it can pour. How about this 90-degree days? Way to represent. We've had now 16 days thus far in completion, and of the 16, 14 of them have been at 90 or higher. One record high was tied on the Independence Day holiday on the 4th of July, but we did hit 87 on Monday the 1st. We hit 87 on Wednesday the 10th. Every day since. And the hottest day of the year came on the 14th when it was 98 degrees. So if you're concerned about the heat, don't be. These things do ebb and flow. We see that quite often. We have surpassed the normal, which is 12 days for July. But again, keep in mind, we've had now 28 days, 2 weeks in June, 2 weeks in July. That's where we stand at the present moment. I want to say good morning to you. I got some notes here. You know I keep notes. And I want to say thanks to you. I'm on my phone. Wanda says it's getting close to Vols football time. She's hoping for some cooler air. I think a lot of folks are. I want to say hello to those who are watching. Trenton and RW and Kevin and Linda are all watching. So I got you on my phone. Thank you so much for being here. 91 was the high yesterday. We did that before 2 o'clock. So we did get another 90-degree day yesterday. I think we'll do it again today. Normal high and low is 89, 69. Record high today is 101, set back in 1980, but the record low, this is interesting, record low is from 2014. So 57 degrees. It wasn't that long ago the record low occurred. And so when you look at these 90-degree days, in summation, we typically see 34 as an average, but why the average? Last year we had only 18. So far, we've had 28. Today should be 29. But if you go back to 2014, it was one of those summers that only had 15 days. 15 days, record low today, 57. So 2013, 2014 may have included a lot more rain. And when it's raining a lot, it's a lot harder to hit 90 degrees. And as far as the least ever, I did the research for you. That is in the year 1882. That's when Chester A. Arthur was president. Was he a president? Yeah, he was. I had to do some research. I mean, that's digging in deep in the books there, Aldrich. 1882, there was only 4 days. So only 4 days at 90. The least ever, most ever came in 1936 and we had 78 days. So I'm all about context. So if you really enjoy putting it in perspective. We have a 6-mile-an-hour wind at the moment. It's now 6:50. I want to get you out the door. 74 the current temperature in Knoxville, 78 in 78 in Nashville. As I'm looking at some of your other comments, Marilyn Bell has a comment about the rain. I will say this. She says, hoping for rain. Remember, she says, the oils in the blacktop will come to the surface and roads can be slick. Absolutely. It doesn't take much. Hydroplaning can also be an issue, too, if you're not careful, especially when the rain comes down in buckets. And in this environment, in this humid air mass, it doesn't take much for it to rain and pour. By the way, dew points are around 71, not only in Knoxville, but they're around 71 in Bowling Green, 71 in Greensboro, North Carolina. So the icky, sticky weather prevails, and it feels like temperature may still be in the 70s, but that will change as we head through the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. I want to show you the future humidity. Tracking the humidity tracker. Is it going to get any better? That's a fair question. Not today, it's not, because we're covered in green ooze right through tonight, right through tomorrow morning. And then by the time Friday comes in, if not Thursday night, it does show signs of waning. As you can see, it's disappearing across Kentucky by 5 o'clock Thursday, and then it's out of here on Friday, because we will have lows in the lower I say low to mid. I have us at 66. Crossville could easily be around 62 for morning lows on Friday, so it will be less humid. But then, as you probably figure, with this low trying to come back, more rain coming back, some of this humidity will return in earnest in time for the weekend. Still seeing some scattered clouds at the moment. Still maybe some low clouds in some cases. As we mentioned, a little bit of fog. But you may be crying, maybe tears of joy today. As some of you were just tearfully happy that it was raining at times yesterday. So I got a good rain. I got a couple of notes about the happiness of rain yesterday. Well, today is going to be no different, but I think the probability is higher. Sun sets now at 8:51. We're losing minutes. It was 8:56 just a few days ago. So now we've lost 5 minutes to the sunset. Knoxville, 93. I think that's where we are in the valley. Many of us will stop in the upper 80s. Clouds, hazy, sun, hot with showers and storms, about an 80% chance. So as we head out the door, last I checked, it is July 17th. Knock, knock. Oh, look at that, 80 at 10 a.m. We should be around 91 at 2, and our high temperature may very well come just before 4 p.m. 90 for a high in Wartburg is my expectation. Should reach about 86 for Jamestown, 88 for Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, as well as Gatlinburg, maybe in the mid-80s there. We're still talking about the hurricane season. Where did it go? All the activity, it seems now, maybe some areas of interest in yellow in the Pacific, but nothing going on. If you've got a beach vacation coming up, things look better now. They do tend to ramp up, usually in August and September, and that's also when we start to talk about ragweed season. Remember, oh no, you just didn't have to go there. Yeah, ragweed season typically starts that first week of August, and many of us will be wheezing and sneezing right until we get that first frost. Oh yes, it's not that long, won't be that long before we get into football time in Tennessee in the later part. Last day of August is our first game. Hurricane season does ramp up. These are historical dates. September 10th is pointed out for a reason, because usually that's when most of the named storms are most active, around the latter part of August and right around the Labor Day holiday. Our next named storm, when we get one, will be Debbie, followed by Ernesto, and then Francine will continue on that list. Headlines for this morning: showers and storms today. That's pretty simple. Showers and storms on Thursday. That's pretty simple. And a rainy pattern that continues this week. I know that Deanna's watching. She's probably not impressed with those headlines, but at least if you're a fan of the rain, maybe you got tomato plants, cucumbers, green peppers, whatever you're growing, you may be happy. I see Karen's on here as well. So if you've got a comment, let me know. 74 is our current reading at McGee-Tyson Airport. We have a variable wind at 6, and we have a relative humidity at 91%. Here's my valley planner. Notice how there could be a spike in temperature ever so briefly. As the showers and storms roll in here, we'll cool back quickly back into the 80s. It won't take much. So I have high temperatures somewhere between 3 and 4 o'clock today, and then getting a lot cooler, relatively speaking. It will drop several degrees once the rain is overhead. By the way, that chance of rain really looks good, doesn't it? Friday is my driest day, and that 30% may be generous, as most of the rain Friday, as I mentioned, could be centered around the foothills and Smokies. It may not even affect our friends in the plateau on Friday. All right, Storm Prediction Center as we've now hit 654. We have some hot spots to look at. I'm looking at Dallas, Texas. There's an area between Oklahoma and Arkansas. Might have some isolated severe storms in dark green. There's also one up towards, say, maybe Colorado Springs, Denver area. But far and away, the most pronounced area of severe weather today could be in the very heavily populated area from D.C. to Philadelphia, New York, and just to the west of Boston. So they may find in that I-95 corridor scattered severe storms. Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, isolated in dark green, as well as much of Virginia. Not a whole lot in Tennessee. You really have to look on the edge of the Tri-Cities where some isolated storms may occur, like Bristol, but things look pretty quiet over here. All in all, I got a note from Ed. Ed says, good morning. I love having Ed on here. He says, keep hydrated. What a great tip. Thank you, Ed. Always wise and a good move to make sure not only you're hydrated, but that your pets are cared for. And make sure you check on your neighbors, both old and young, because it can be taxing, no doubt. I got a note from Carol. She's saying, I'm hoping to put my garden hose away. If you've been keeping your garden nice and watered through the season, you've done it's been a monumental task. So Carol, I give you props to that, because again, anything you've been able to grow in this environment has been tough, but she says nature does a better job. I totally agree. Thank you, Carol, for that reminder. By the way, as we look at the picture tomorrow, again, we've got thunderstorms, but we're not expecting severe weather. That question usually comes up. Are we going to get severe storms? They might have it out near Denver. They certainly could have it between Raleigh, Fayetteville, say High Point, North Carolina, if you know where that is. Wilmington, Wrightsville Beach might have an isolated severe storm tomorrow, whereas Knoxville is only colored light green because we have the potential for some thunderstorms. General thunderstorms, maybe beneficial thunderstorms that come in during the course of tomorrow. By Friday, most of the severe weather is more limited in one area around maybe Nebraska, parts of South Dakota, and out to the far west. We have potential for more rain Friday, but again, I think the best chance will be the foothills. Smokies on Friday. It is now 6:56. As we look at the front, we have a stalled boundary to the northwest. We have a trough across the Carolinas, and it's kind of like a squeeze play. As that front advances, the chance of rain may be present this morning, but it will only increase for the afternoon. You see what I mean? Look how all that green has covered the screen now. It's all focused here as this front begins to inch closer. Note the time. The time here is 5 p.m., so our chance of rain will only go up, and we will continue to see rain this evening. So if you've got evening plans, make sure you pack the umbrella, because the front's going to be coming through. We still have a 60% chance of rain tomorrow, and I think it's an even lesser chance heading into Friday. Friday, again, most of the areas in green there are in the Smokies and western North Carolina. So again, think we'll get a little bit of break in the humidity. That's something to look forward to on Friday before we lock and reload this southern system as it advances back to the north on Saturday, and especially heading into Monday, Tuesday of next week, we have more opportunities for this cycle to continue. All right, here's the Futurecast. I know it's interesting because this Futurecast does not see the rain that's out there right now. It does focus heavily on the rain in Kentucky. And as it tries to work its way down, it looks like by the time we hit, say, midday, maybe we got a downpour in red near Oak Ridge. That would be centered at noontime in red in Anderson County. So that's one projection, one solution that may very well come to pass. But again, this is just guidance. By the time we hit 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, it's coming down in buckets. Could be. In some spots, it may be a little slower than this, but either way, I do expect we'll find some rain in the bucket today. The rain gauge, maybe you want to zero it out so you can get a proper measurement as we'll continue on the rain pattern tonight in spots. These are scattered showers, scattered thunderstorms, but nothing expected to be severe. This projects more rain in Kingston by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning and slides right across the heart of the valley and into the Smokies themselves. So we'll keep an eye on Thursday as well. Again, not expecting severe weather, but this pattern too shall continue. So let's get to the forecast. It's now 6:59, finishing on time. We've got the 3 H's, hazy, hot, and humid. We also have clouds, maybe more clouds than we had yesterday at this time. But showers and storms will be on the increase today. I have an 80% chance, winds 5 to 15. High temperature today, Middlesboro 87. I got 86, Jamestown 89 in Crossville. I got Don watching, Becky's watching, Johnny's watching. Thank you for all being here. And I do have a note from Kevin. I believe Kevin's wanting to make a note. Let's say hello to Kevin. So I'd like to put everybody who wants to comment on the screen here. He is making a suggestion, and I want to thank Kevin ahead of time. Kevin, pack the good old rain suit if you ride the motor scooter today. My goodness, good call. Good call. Again, anyone on a motorbike, motorcycle, a moped, yeah, you certainly want to make sure that you're prepared when the roads get wet. will you have a room to get someplace to get some cover? And if you have a convertible, maybe you've peeled off the top of your Jeep. That would be another thing to consider for today. 96 for a high in Greensboro today if you're traveling to the east. 88 for our friends in Memphis today, and 93 in Chattanooga. That's my expectations for traveling if you're on the road here on a Wednesday. It is 7 o'clock straight up. Tonight we're down to 70. It's still humid. Showers and storms on occasion, but when it rains it can pour. Mostly cloudy skies. Otherwise with maybe even a hint of fog. Don't be surprised if fog is an issue first thing tomorrow. 69 in Morristown. 68 Wartburg. Looking for a low tonight in Crossville of 66 degrees. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast as it's now 7 o'clock. 93 today. We're going to drop 10 degrees tomorrow. I mean, we'll struggle to get to 83 tomorrow. And in the wake of the front, we're holding in the mid-80s. So that means the pace upon which we've been adding one day after the other. Those 90-degree days, we've had 2 weeks already. Today will be day 15 if we make that 90 mark, and I think we will. But 15 days in June, 14 days June, 15 days in July, and then it's going to stop for a little while. We will have a pullback, and it's all because of the rain. 69 degrees for lows for Friday night, Saturday night, so it's still humid, but not off the chart. Anytime it's been in the low 70s, it's a lot more humid. But everything's relatively speaking. But I want to say a special thanks to you if you're on the call. I'd love to say hi to you. By the way, if you haven't picked up the Captain Accurate Weather app, it's free. With Pete Michaels Traffic. So you get weather and traffic perfect together. All of the National Weather Service included on the app, plus 3 extras. It's not like we're giving 3 and taking 3 away. You get all the National Weather Service alerts, plus the 3 extras, plus the lightning alerts, and you can track up to 16 locations, including yours. You're number 17. So there's a lot to unpack with the Captain Accurate Weather app, which is also why I added some app tutorials. You mean you put a tutorial on it? Yeah, you'd be surprised. A lot of people are like, I didn't know I could do this. Or how do I add this? How do I get a 7-day forecast anywhere in the world just by tapping? Do you know how to do that? That's why I laid it all out there in the app tutorials, which are conveniently on the app. So if you download it for free, you can get that at your leisure. By the way, the Captain Accurate Premium service, if you hit subscribe, we'd love to have you. We're doing something special. Last year we did a picnic. We had free Marco's Pizza last year at a picnic in Lenore City. This year we're doing something remarkable. Some of you are like, man, I wish I knew about that. And some of you are going to be like, man, that's cool. And it does involve the movie Twisters. The one with the S, not the one from 1996. I think most of us have seen that movie. But what about the sequel? That comes out soon. Anyway, got some really things. So if you want to consider joining us, we've got a Who gathering that's going to be happening very soon. Our focus, though, usually, and is most days, beyond the next 7 days, so we're focused at 2 weeks, even a month in advance. First, to see every forecast, you get more Facebook Lives, typically 4 extras a month, and you get fewer ads. So there's a lot of benefit to being a Captain Accurate Premium member. Just ask my Premium members. They also get about 15 to 20 posts per day that you might not see otherwise. If you're just on my Facebook page, you've got to become a Premium member. Just $4.99 a month. That's 16 cents a day. You can cancel anytime. And again, some really cool, fun features that we're adding each and every month. There's always something new. We're doing something creative. But I want to thank you for your time. We'll see you here next time. Take care.